Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. Now today we're back on another Wednesday video. So we have the whiskey on hand in case it's required. But today we're doing a beer that's kind of obviously more local to where I am in Devon. Oh, it's under my eye now. I wish I hadn't touched it. Oh, that's my finger. Anyway. Oh, what is going on with my eyes? Seriously. Two fingers in the eyes there. One in each one. But anyway. Why did I do it? I seen it was on sale. So I should know better. But anyway. The beer we're doing is Brewed in Bath by the Hare Brewery, and which is obviously fairly close to Devon. It's not that far away. It's not particularly close, but it's a heck of a lot closer than say London or whatever and that type of stuff. But the beer we're doing today is Jubel beer, cut with blood orange. Keeping it close to hand because I've got a funny feeling, just a little smidge of a feeling that I'm going to need it. Right, so yes, it's a session 4%. It's in a baby glass. I'll be totally honest, I came across Jubel once before, and I think it was a peach one, and it was in one of these Christmas kind of multi-packs, and I always thought, nah. I'm sure I gave it to the oldest boy to try, because I thought, no, I'm not drinking that piss. And I'm certainly not going to be reviewing it. oh, how the tables turn, eh? Yeah, slim pickings, isn't it? Right, anyway, Jubel was the name of a song played at the height of Après, the place we discovered beer pesh. Pints flowing, sun shining, music pumping, slope side, send in session. Jubel means a feeling of extreme joy, and we exist to bring this experience to everyone. A crushable lager bursting with blood orange, this juicy pulp will drench your taste buds with every gulp. They're not exactly selling it to me. I'll be totally honest, I'm reading this thinking, well, one, I think you're already off your tits when you were writing this. God knows what on. I don't think we're just a beer. And yeah, you're not really selling it. We believe in using business as a force for good. We're certified B Corp, which means we meet the high standards of social and environmental performance, transparency and accountability. Certified B Corporation. That's a lot of bollocks, isn't it? Well, it's a gluten-free beer. Oh, that's a relief. I was so worried. I was so concerned, thinking, Jesus, I didn't need a beer just to go with my gluten-free bread, you know, because I get so bunged up, you know. Contains malted barley. It's vegan friendly as well. Oh, it's everything, seriously. It's all things to all men, so Jesus. Apparently it cures flus, colds and sore arseholes as well, apparently. Hangovers hot, enjoy responsibly. Seriously, what a load of fucking shit. See, it didn't take me long to get swearing. You just read this shit on the fucking can, you're thinking, Jesus, here it comes. Jeez. Right, anyway. Got one of the nonce glasses, as I like to call them. The nonce glass. The reason why I call it the nonce glass is because the wife uses that for her soft drink when she's drinking whiskey. She drinks whiskey in a whiskey glass. And then she has a wee kind of accoutrement where she pours in Diet Coke about halfway or a quarter up and then dilutes it with water, so it's really a very, very watered down kind of Coke. So I call it the nonce glass, because even then it's not even a proper Coke, it goes in there, you know, so there you go. So let's crack this open. It was on sale, I can't remember what it called, I'll put it down below, but trust me, if it's rotten, then whatever they charged was too much. And I got it in Tesco's for a change. Hanging about the old Tesco's again, eh? See if my club card still works. Ta-ta-da-dee-da-da. Or tell a lie, I'm sure I had a Jubel peach on draft. So I did. I was out in Exeter with Adrian. So I did, aye. Aye, that was some night. We said about that the better. Dirty old bugger, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, it's very pale, and if you really see it in the light, it's very pale. It's actually looking dark on the camera, but it's about 5 shades lighter in real life. It's very kind of light, kind of hairless kind of colour. There's a smell there that's just, it's almost like a soft drink. Now, I don't know, I mean, maybe some of the Americans maybe remember this, but maybe some of you will remember it as well. If you're kind of my age, if you're obviously if you're actually older than me, or younger than me, then you might not. What did I say, older than me? But anyway, it's got a slight smell about it. It's like, do you remember Fresca? You know, from the Coca-Cola company, that was in that kind of light, kind of blue, kind of turquoisey can with the white writing. It has that kind of smell about it, Fresca. I actually quite liked Fresca when I was a kid. Well, trust me, it was that or Cremola foam, and trust me, the wind that used to give me, Jesus, kids could drink Cremola foam and it was so fizzy, it would give your father wind as well, you know. It was dreadful. But yeah, there's a kind of smell, light smell of alcohol. Not really getting anything apart from a slightly kind of soft drinky kind of Fresca kind of fruitiness, and that's what it smells of. It's like kind of carbonated fruity kind of soft drink, but I like kind of fruity, more like a kind of more kind of citrus fruity, but it doesn't actually smell of citrus. It doesn't actually smell of beer. Get no malt, get nothing really apart from this kind of slightly Fresca-esque kind of smell. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Fresca wise and things like that, Google it. Just trust me. You could use some with your thumbs. Aye. I was looking at that there thinking, the whiskey of choice today is a low flyer, otherwise known as the famous grouse. Was of the kind of Edrington kind of portfolio, now part of the William Grant's portfolio. And there you go. And if you don't know much about Edrington Distillers, they also make Highland Park and Macallan, hence why they're quite happy to sell up this, because they've got two very good brands in the single malt range of Macallan and Highland Park, both very, very nice malts. So got a wee bit of that in there, as you see, and a wee splash of water. Oh cheeky. Oh, there we go. Don't want to go too radio right. Stop fucking pissed out everywhere. Look at me. Well, you can't look at. Well, you are looking at me, but you can't see the table. Actually, actually naked down below, underneath all my clothes, of course. I thought it was being fought, but I was actually just going to get wired into that. I thought, toss the beer, but I would have got complaints. Probably wouldn't have actually. There's probably, yeah, you know. Right, shall we see what this tastes like? Very, very strange smell to get from a beer. Very strange. Right, let's see. It's supposed to be, what do they call it? Jubel. It's supposed to mean the feeling of extreme joy. Do you think I'll feel extreme joy? What do you think? Think well? Well, if you do, you're very optimistic, because sure as hell I don't. Right, let's give it a go. Fuck that sweet. I thought it was going to be Betty. That's a whole different dream. Betty. No, but Jesus. I thought it was going to be bitter, sour, pithy, piney, all that kind of stuff. It's definitely a beer for people who don't like beer, because it's an alcopop. I'll be totally honest, it's a fucking alcopop. It's an alcopop. Yeah, it might be beer based for its kind of alcohol delivery rather than spirit based or whatever, but it's still an alcopop. Really, it's an alcopop like with a head, you know. So you want something that kind of looks beery, kind of acts a bit beery and that type of stuff, but tastes nice and sweet and kind of girly. No offence, obviously, to the actual girls or women and that type of stuff, because it seems to be more in the modern day that women would rather enjoy a damn good beer than the men, you know, of certain age groups. But yeah, if you're of that kind of younger age groups where it's like, oh, I want to be seen to be drinking beer, but I just don't like the flavour. I do not like the flavour. It's just too mannish, you know. But yeah. Oh God, yeah. Ting ting. Oh, and the world is now back in balance. I mean, it's just crazy. So we have non-alcoholic beer challenging alcoholic beer and trying to kind of match it for flavour, which it doesn't, but basically they'll pretend and lie and say it does. And now we have alcoholic beer that tastes like a bloody soft drink. Seriously, what is going on? You know, I mean, seriously, I honestly, I'm lost for words, if you haven't noticed. I just don't understand. I really don't. It just doesn't make sense to me that this whole situation this is supposed to be progressive, all these type of things, you know, and it's not. Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is there was already drinks there that did the same job as this. I mean, all you young men out there that don't really like the flavour of beer and everything else, but you want something kind of fizzy and that kind of looks kind of, you know, more of a normal drink rather than maybe getting some kind of crazy glass of Blue Wicked or God knows what else, or, you know, your Smirnoff Ice. So you want to kind of look a bit more mature, but you still want that kind of flavour profile of, well, a bit sweet and girly, you know. And there was Baby Sham. I mean, there's no need for this. Just get yourself a wee bottle of Baby Sham, you know, boys, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Put on that little black dress number. Be the old Nobby Styles for the night. Get yourself a couple of wee bottles of Baby Sham, and there you go, you can be anybody's. Seriously. what is going on in this world? It's just, but yeah, it just smells like a soft drink. And it tastes like a soft drink. And the thing is, it tastes like it smells. And it's just a very light kind of sweet citrusy kind of drink. It's like, oh my God. Oh, I'm feeling a bit kinky now. Oh. Might start right through my wife's knickers drawer and take the ones that I'm wearing off and put them back. You know. Anyway. That's nice. I like that. I just don't know why these beers exist. Because my view is, if you don't want to drink beer, then don't drink beer. Why pretend? If you like sweeter drinks, then there's already sweeter drinks there, so just go and enjoy them. I don't understand having a beer tasting like that, because it has no real connection with beer. It doesn't taste like beer. I mean, it may act like beer, but it doesn't smell like beer and it doesn't taste like beer, which is the main reason for beer, is to have that kind of beer flavour. And that also includes different kind of hop flavour accents and everything else. This is none of that. It's just a sweet soft drink. God, it's sweet. And, I just don't understand. And I actually honestly thought when it said blood orange, I thought it was going to be all kind of pithy. I thought it was going to be pissy. Well, it is pissy, but I thought it was going to be pithy and cut with blood orange and everything else. And yeah, apparently dangerously refreshing is the kind of tagline. And yeah. No, and I couldn't even turn it to, because you get fruit beers, you get German fruit beers, which are a little bit on the sweeter side, but they still actually taste like beer and everything else. And you do obviously get Hungarian fruit beers and things like that. But again, they still keep certain aspects of the beer, and they still have, you know, a kind of, you know, bitter back end and things like that, and you'll still get hops playing a thing. I know some of the German ones can be a little kind of a little bit sweeter than, say, like the kind of other European kind of fruit beers. When we're talking about the lighter fruit beers, we're not talking about the heavier ones that you maybe get in Belgium and things like that. But this is none of that. This is really just an alcopops, and I can't really break down the flavours, because there's just a kind of light citrusy notes, and we're talking about very light citrusy notes with a kind of sweety, kind of honeyish kind of flavour to it. And yeah, and it really is very sweet. I'm trying to remember the German style. It's a lot sweeter than that German style I'm thinking about, but I can't quite remember the name, which is annoying me. But you know which one I'm talking about. Even a Radler has more beer flavour to it and everything else, and has more connection to beer than that. It's just, it's an alcopop. So what would I give it out of 10? I suppose if you're looking at, I mean, even for me, you could say, oh, well, maybe nice on a hot summer's day, you know, nicely chilled, it'd be quite refreshing. No, because it's actually quite sweet. And for me, it'd be too sweet. So I wouldn't find it refreshing. I'd actually find it a bit annoying because it's too sweet. So for me, to other people, they might find it refreshing, but I wouldn't. I want something a bit more bite to it, and it just doesn't have any bite to it at all. You know, it's closer to bloody Sprite and 7-Up than it is to an actual beer. So there you go. So looking at it from a beer point of view, well, I've got to give it 0 because it just doesn't taste like beer. There you go. Welcome to reality. If you want to look at it as maybe a kind of alcoholic kind of alcopops, well, it's not really my cup of tea either, but I'll be totally honest, most alcopops aren't my cup of tea. But on the basis, I suppose you could give it a 4 out of 10 as an alcopops, but as a beer it gets 0. It's just a non-event. I was actually quite surprised actually, because I thought it was going to be more of a slightly kind of craft kind of beer, slightly over hopped and kind of sickening and annoy me in another way. Whereas it's not annoying me, it's just a disappointment. It's just, I didn't expect it to be like that. So you live and learn. And I have learned. So yeah, it's a kind of non-event, and yeah, I wouldn't buy it again and I wouldn't recommend it, but if you know people that don't really like beer flavours, then maybe you can recommend it to them and they might like it. Or if you like people who kind of like more kind of alcopop kind of beverages, then you can also kind of point that out to them as a potential option. So there you go. But anyway, I was going to bugger it well. But anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers. And bye for now.